one, go.
Hello, y'all. Welcome to my informative business presentation. Today I'm going to be presenting about route setters. I would like to start off today with a quote. Route setting is not about perfection, but a research of emotion. We always have to remember why we're setting. I do not set just to put holes on the wall. I set to tell a story. I set to propose emotion. This quote is from Jackie Gaddafi. My name is Lorenzo Hernandez, and I interviewed Mr. Josh, who is a head route setter at the San Antonio downtown Armadillo location. Mr. Josh was able to give me an in-depth look of what it means to be a route setter, especially a head route setter. I am positive that everyone in this room has been able to know what rock climbing is, and if you have not heard of rock climbing, I would highly recommend you research it. But today is not focused on that. Today is focused on what the climbers are climbing and the holds and stuff that they use. That is all thanks to route setters. Today, my goal is to inform you and educate you on the skills, requirements, job responsibilities, and education of these route setters. With that, I would like to move on to our education and experience. For a route setter, typically they do not require any kind of higher education, just the standard high school diploma or GED. Experiences and certifications. While it varies, according to Climbing Wall Association, to be considered for the professional route setting application, you need 1,500 hours of experience or 750 hours on route walls. In my interview with Mr. Josh, he stated that he did not need any experience, but instead the co-owner of Armadillo Boulders mentored him and gave him experience on the wall. He was able to get a route setting job with Armadillo Boulders, where he was later on promoted to head route setter. With that, I'd like to move on to skill requirements. Leadership and communication and climbing proficiency are vital for being able to be a route setter. Mr. Josh stated that being able to communicate and lead your team to create amazing routes for the climbers and to be able to make routes for climbers to enjoy and be productive on them are vital for, as Mr. Josh mentioned. And the Climbing Business Journal also mentions how communication is fully needed for this job, because you are communicating to other people how to do a route and how you want this specific route to go. Climbing proficiency is another one. This one is the ability to be a strong climber, to know the difference between a V4 and a V5, to know the differences in skill that require a V5 or V6, and to be able to put a route on the wall that represents that. Now that we have discussed skill requirements, I would like to move on to job responsibilities. The job responsibilities of a route setter entail creation and maintenance. Of course, as a head route setter, you are managing other route setters and making sure everything is moving on a timely manner to be able to grade and to make sure that routes come on deadline, and to make sure that routes are representative of the experience level. Maintenance entails for route setters are in charge of making sure that the holds are properly secured to the wall and making sure that climbing walls, volumes, and everything is in a risk-free environment, making sure everything's attached to the wall, screws are screwed in, and that there is no harm that could be added to the climbers. Collaboration is also another job responsibility. Route setters need to have good communication with each other to ensure that no workplace accidents happen. If there's no communication between each other, then how can each route setter know when each other person is on the wall and how the idea of the route is going to be managed? Now that we went over the education and experience, the skill requirements, and job responsibilities of a route setter, hopefully in today's presentation I've informed you of the hidden role of route setting does and the requirements that are needed for this profession, such as education, skill requirements, and job responsibilities. I hope that everyone in this presentation was able to understand the hard work that a route setter has to do behind the scenes to keep the big picture moving. And I hope this was able to relate to other people who do the background stuff and who are able to make the big picture idea run smoothly. I hope everyone finds a new appreciation for route setters, and I thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.